Art, they say, is a form of expression. A lot of people use art to heal. Others see art as a way of expressing themselves. But how do you describe art? What is art to you? On this episode of The Plug, I'll be introducing my special guest, who is not just an artist, he is an illustrator and also an aspiring animator. So you see, a bag of talents again on this show. But you know, it doesn't happen anywhere else. It only happens on The Plug. My name is Toonna Nkwocha. Don't go anywhere. So what's up, Toonna? Let's shake. Hey. So I like to shake or knuckle. I didn't ask you. Which one do you prefer?
I think.
So let's do it again. So knuckle. Yeah. Okay, first. Your hair. I like it. Kinda. I mean, it already gives the art vibe. I told you guys I'll be introducing an artist, but let's just your hair. Tell me about it.
It's just because I was bored, to be honest. I tend to change my hairstyle up like every 3 weeks or something. And I don't like using the same one I did before.
So you just wake up and then you're bored and you're like, no, I can't carry this again.
It's more of, I don't like, it's almost like I'm bored of a routine in a way. I know it's like good to have a routine and all, but doing the same thing every time tends to get boring to me. And I don't say I have a short attention span, but yeah, basically, if it doesn't excite me anymore, I'm not going to, and I can't subject myself
I get that vibe. And the ring is giving this Alte vibes. What's up with it?
These are actually gifts from a close family member.
Tell me about it.
So I lost someone I was really close to when I was a kid, like when I was 17. So this one, she gave me, said when I was 18, I should get this. When I'm 20, I should get this. No, when I'm 18, I should get this. When I'm 20, get this.
Oh, so, very special rings.
Yeah, so it's like, was it for special times in my life? And yeah, it was like my second mother, if anything. So
God rest her soul. Well. Now let's meet you. We've met your hair, we've met your ring. Now, who is Toonna?
I'm a digital artist, an illustrator, and an aspiring animator. I think that's how you introduced me, right?
Yeah.
One thing about me is that, in general, I'm just a creative. These are like official titles at best. I tend to do a lot of things, do graphic design, a bit of video editing, anything that I can get my hands dirty with, I would do. So
anything you can get your hands
on. That gets my hands dirty. But yeah.
I hope it doesn't include slapping people.
No, I'm a pacifist.
Okay. Okay, I just had to say that. All right, so this is your whole creative move, this is your whole journey, illustrating, graphics and design. When did it all start from?
I would say it all started when I was, I think, about 3. No, maybe 4. I think I was a bit older then. I got into a new school at that time, and I remember us having like an art project. All of us were trying to draw something, and then I think I drew like a Spider-Man picture or something. But then I remember at that time it was like a new school, so there weren't really much of us. So us in nursery sometimes would be having art projects with the primary 1 class. And I was seeing all of them in primary 1, and I would see their art project. I remember one Batman drawing that was so nice to look at. And I was so jealous. I was like, I didn't know how to draw, but looking at that, it sparked some kind of competitive. Yeah, I just was like, nah, I'm going to learn this thing, and I'm going to make sure that if I draw Batman, it's better than yours. And yeah, it's
curiosity.
Yeah, it was a curiosity in that, but I think it's how I was raised. One thing to keep me entertained as a kid, maybe it looks like it's a bad thing in today's standard, but was basically like put me in front of the television, and whatever my parents, especially my mom, was one that she believed anything to spark the child's curiosity is the best thing to like put in front of them. So she had like a specific type of movies that she would get. Like old DreamWorks movies, old Disney movies. Like I think my favorite back then was Shrek, and for Disney it was was I think it was Hercules. That was my favorite, because yeah, even looking back at when I rewatch it, I tend to enjoy seeing that. To be honest, old Disney it's a classic. You can't beat the classic. So
all right, so I feel like if I get into your room now, I'll see some of those works from your 4 years old, 3.
Maybe a few. One thing about me as a kid, I did not used to keep my drawings, and I got scolded for it a lot of times. So I think I started keeping my collection of stuff from about 16, 17. But looking back at it, you can see I'm able to see the progress I've made. And yeah, I know that there's still, for even something as far back as like 3 months ago, I'll see that kind of progress, because it's all in the consistency. And in seeing that evidence, I get like motivated to, keep pushing. Because
You've mentioned 2 things in the course of this discussion. First, you mentioned how your mom has been supportive. I mean, she puts you in front of the screen just so you can practice. And on this show, a lot of people just come here and tell you about how their moms have been their go-to person for their art. And I'm wondering, what are the fathers doing? Fathers, please do better. Please do better.
To be honest, my dad was... he supported the whole
it's good to hear at least
what do you call it, art process. But I think at first it was a thing of, oh, this is just a phase. When he gets this, because I had good grades growing up. I'm not that kind of person that, it was solely art. So
A1 students.
I had good grades, and especially in science. I was a science student. I think it was going into SS, I now decided I wanted to take art seriously, and from there it got some argument. Like I think I stopped talking to my dad. I was like, wow.
I can imagine.
Yeah, there was a serious problem.
But how's it going now?
But
has he accepted that this is your part?
I mean, yeah, he's looking at. He actually went through the effort of looking for art schools for me to attend. So
that's so good of him.
Yeah, I can say now that he's fully in support. I mean, I think I had to show evidence that, there's something here, right? And he's in full support of it. Like, he's even doing research on the industry and how things are changing, so that I can get like a heads up before I dive fully into it. So
yeah, it's beautiful that you've told us the background and everything that has led you up to this point. Now I'm interested. I want to know, is there any awkward place? I mean, you have some people say, oh, they can be inspired while they're drinking. Others say they can be inspired while they're, just doing some weird thing. What's the weirdest place you've gotten inspiration from for your work?
What do you call it? I think for me, I'm a normal person. Nothing too weird. It was just on the toilet. On the toilet. But I think it was weird what I ended up drawing, which was basically how I imagined myself looking on the toilet.
Like, so, how you imagine yourself, how you looked on toilet seats?
To be honest, that time I was doing a lot of art studies. So there was a particular artist that he basically would imagine himself somewhere and then start looking at what would be the perspective of someone else if they were looking at him. And he would do a lot of drawings that way. So I think it's Kim Gon-un or something like that. But Kim Gon-jin or something. So yeah, he died about... Yeah, it's a Korean, South Korean. He actually like defected from South Korea just so he can be an artist. And it was was like my inspiration for a lot of my time doing traditional arts. But yeah, it's something I was practicing a lot at that time. So I think that's what got me to try that.
You've mentioned the Korean guy as one of your inspiration. Are there other people you draw inspiration from?
My inspiration, I think I would say Wasily Kandinsky.
Okay.
He was an artist that had a disability where whenever he heard a sound or something, he would see a color or a shape or something. And most people would look at that and be like, people with that kind of disability, they literally would not be able to
Do anything?
not really do anything. It's more like they can't fathom what is reality and what's not. And he took this and got inspiration for it, started listening to a lot of his a lot of music. I remember making one of his artists like a password or something back then. I think it's Concert or something. I've forgotten his full name. But he would listen to, he was a friend of his, he would listen to a lot of his music, and he had a lot of pieces that were done from him. So taking a disability and making it a masterpiece, that is very inspirational. And yeah, I really admire that, because at the end of the day, you can always make some kind of excuse on why you can't do something, but you will never know until you actually try.
True.
And you might try, but if you are not consistent with it, you might as well not even have tried at all.
At all. So how will you describe your style? I mean, putting all of this together, the inspiration, the people you've met, all of that, how would you describe your style?
I would say stylized realism, or semi-realism, to say the least. I started out doing like hyper-realism, realism in arts. That's like where you are spending like not even 9. Sometimes you'd spend like 46 hours doing one painting.
Oh my.
I said painting, one drawing. And I did a lot of this while I was like 13, 14. And it was taxing, to say the least. But I really liked it, because whenever you'd see it, someone would always be surprised, like, why is this looking so real? And I liked that listen for a while. I liked the attention it was getting. But at the end of the day, I realized that I couldn't draw without looking at something. And I really, really did not like that. As I said, you have to go and try something new in art. And for me, I always wanted to create my own stuff, and to always have to look at something as a reference. Yeah, it's good to have references in art, but if you're not able to create something from your mind, are you really creative?
That's a very good question. If you're not able to create something from your mind, are you really creative?
So, yeah, I might have the techniques down and all, but I always wanted to be able to create my own characters. So I got into character design. I was drawing a lot of my uncle, who was like a very big, he's an actual animator.
Okay.
And he's the one who even showed me that it was possible to actually get some kind of living in art. So
let's pause and do a shout out to that uncle. He showed you it was possible. Just do a shout out to him.
Yeah, so shout out to Uncle OK.
Uncle K?
Uncle OK.
Also, shout out to Uncle OK. You showed us that it's possible, and look at us now, making the money. Are we?
I started out doing like character designs and all. He had like a collection of comics at that time, and I think that's how I got into comics as well, because for the most part it was movies and cartoons. But he had like a collection of comics. His idea to help me with that problem of being able to make stuff from my mind was like, read comics, and anytime they do like a dynamic pose, just sketch it out, you know. But I literally have like my sketch pad to date has like sketches I have seen of stuff. Even in cartoons, like I was not able to watch a cartoon well without like pausing and then saying, okay, let me just sketch this out. And it's a practice, an actual practice that is done in animation. And I didn't even know that. I was saying, okay, let me just, it didn't click with me because I was like 15 and I couldn't grasp the full picture. And when I got into that, I was able, before I knew it, I was just like, I know how to draw this now. And it was that my problem was I never learned the fundamentals, which is something I really am regretting for a lot of people that are into art, because you don't actually learn those type of fundamentals in school because it's not that supported, which I wish a lot of people had the same opportunities I did. So honestly, I'm lucky to even be in my own position. So anytime I can, I tend to, if I see that there's something that has potential to be great, I'll try and put my my input in. I was like, oh, this is what you can do to make this better. This is what's wrong with it. So a great criticism comes a long way, especially in art, because you are the artist. You can't tell yourself what is wrong because it's coming from you.
It's coming from you.
So that's why a lot of people look at other people's opinions as their guide for what it's kind of like a bad thing because it can mess with your mental health, but it's something that is needed because you actually know what is appealing. So
now, you're saying all of these things, and I can't just wait for the part where we have to see him put all of this talk into actual practice. He'll do it. So all of these things you've done now, it just shows that you do real life and fiction, right?
Yes. Was it seeing somebody, if I say, okay, you have a nice face or something, and I decide to...
Nice face, fine face.
and I decide to draw it, right? Other times, like, okay, just going on Pinterest, looking at what's kind of... Let me scroll through pictures. Yes, drawing a picture is nice and all, but as I said, I'm an illustrator. Illustration is basically like you're telling a story. Whatever mood you are trying to create in the drawing, it has to show. So, yeah, you can have a subject in it, that's the person you're drawing, but what mood are you trying to create? So, yeah, things like that comes into play when I'm drawing. So it might look realistic, but at the same time, there is a sense of exaggeration that's put. It's like just steering a bit away from reality, almost like a fantasy. Yeah, so yeah, it's sometimes I might draw something from a video game. I think the last time I did something realistic, it was a Zelda character. It was Zelda from Legend of Zelda video game. Another time I just drew something it started out as a picture of somebody, and then I turned it into a wood elf.
That's a lot of creativity going in there.
Just creating something, any good artist can draw a person, but an illustrator, that's where they differ. Like, what makes my drawing different for you? Because what feeling am I portraying? So that's the whole thing of illustration.
Yeah. I was going to ask you who an illustrator is and what illustrating actually is. But you've done justice to that. And so I just take it to the next question, where I asked Toonna, I like that name first, where I ask him, can anybody just go into this illustrating? Can anybody be an illustrator? Can anybody be a digital artist?
If you want to get into illustration, if you want to get into drawing in general, first thing is that you actually have to learn how to draw. Drawing is a skill, to be honest. Anyone can learn how to pick up a skill. And everyone has a sense of creativity. Some people have it better than others. Don't get me wrong. There's always that person that they can just come up with an idea of the music from scratch. They just saw a jacket. They'll be like, oh, let's do this. Let's make it that clothes are haunting. Like, just creating ideas from scratch. For me, I didn't start it out like that because I always drew what I saw. And I based my drawings solely in reality, right? Whatever I saw was possible. That's why I drew. But what do you call it? It's only from training that I was able to, pick up what I know now. Like, as I said, let me try and come up with like an idea from sport. Like, okay, I want to come up with the theme of someone being bored, and I can put a person just sitting down and and just draw it, right? That is a classic lesson. But if I'm as an illustrator, I can just put it at all right, one mood. Let's make it bluish so that the color will affect the mood.
I get that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. It's all picked up. Everything can be learned, but it's that consistency. For me, it took years before I got to this stage, and you have to be prepared to do the same. Yeah, so
it's all picked up and everything can be learned. Now, my last question before we have you do the practice. Right here, because I said you have to do it now. You're equal to the task, are you not?
I'll give my best. I'll give my
So we have an agreement. Now, do you have any work? Would you have any work in the books?
Yes, I am. Currently, I'm trying to create a video game with a friend. It's supposed to be like a card game. Another one that we're also thinking of is something for virtual reality. So he's trying to make a virtual reality company, and he wants me to be on the creative team for it. So that's one. Another thing is that I want to actually make a collection that I will release soon enough. So maybe when I do, he can.
I can't wait to have that.
You
we
see
want
some
to
of
have
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's get right into the part. Let's get it. Toonna is going to do a sketch here on the spot for us.
Okay.
Okay, what is he going to do? Let's just imagine. Can you imagine?
All right.
Am I supposed to close my eyes?
All right for you, right? Okay.
I want to draw. It's me. Okay. Do I take off my clothes? Do I need to do anything? Close my eyes?
No.
Okay.
Just listen.
Oh, wow.
So.
Guys, I'm imagining. I don't know what pose I'm supposed to strike.
Oh, it's all right. You actually give me like, let's see. Best pose this way. Okay.
Oh, this is the best pose.
Yeah,
okay.
Just doing like that.
Okay. So I've been asked to sit this way. Oh, okay. So let's see the magic that Toonna is creating. I can't wait. Who else can't wait? You know, it's so beautiful what creativity is. The fact that you can just come up with something from your head, and then you see this is not just talent, this is a skill, Toonna. Because I don't think I can do this. I don't think. I mean, I could learn and nothing will happen. I just think I can't. But except to teach me.
One thing learned in my life is no matter what, if you keep doing something, you always be better than how you were when you started. So
that means there's hope for me.
There's hope.
So I just need to start. Do I need to register for a class? That your brand name is
Fishes Draw 2.
Fishes Draw 2, yes.
Yeah.
So do I need to register under Fishes Draw 2 to start learning?
I mean, if a fish can draw, then so can you. So
if a fish can draw, so can I. I mean, fishes don't have hands; they just go.
So I think I may have. Let me see if I've gotten your.
But how do fishes draw? Come to think of it, because that's such a name.
Yeah. It was inspired by, would I say, some childhood was the nicknames I got. So
fish?
Yeah. What do you call it? It would be tuna fish because of my name.
Oh.
So it was a little was a joke that they had for me, and basically sometimes it was not even a thing of they would call me Toonna, it would be fish or something. So
So you just decided I might as well just build an empire out of this name.
I don't know about empire, but I built something. So don't worry, we'll get there eventually.
I'm absolutely rooting for you. I'm sure everyone watching this now is also rooting for you.
All right, so I think I'm
You're
done.
done. Whoa. Hey, is this way? Big reveal. Okay. Da 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 da. Toonna, I want to cry. I've never got to a sketch of me. This is so beautiful. What do you think? Is this finer than the real Chi or which is finer? Let us know in the comments, or let me know. Let Toonna know. And if you like to get this kind of work done, Toonna, let us know how we can reach you.
You can reach me at fishesdraw2. That is fishes_draw_2 on Instagram. And yeah, it just hits me up. My DMs are always open. So
Just Instagram?
yeah, just Instagram.
Okay, so strictly IG. Please, if you see any other fishes can draw too.
I have my Twitter, but that is not officially open yet. But yeah.
I think you should spread your tentacles across all social media handles. This kind of talent must not be only on IG. Like. So, this is how we call it a day on this episode of The Plug. I'm sure you enjoyed every bit of it because I sure did. Don't forget to keep it logged and follow us on all our social media handles currently displayed on your screen. My name is Chinatu Oji, and this is Bye on this episode of The Plug.